Hey guys, I'm back to review a movie that maybe a few people have vague memory about. What, Spoon? What are you looking at?
What the hell happened to your hair?
Oh, yeah, I guess I should probably touch on this real quick. I recently accepted a job position that's set to start next year, but one of their conditions was I have to have normal looking hair. Yes, I know it's stupid and outdated for 2020, but I want this position, so I just pulled the trigger and had it dyed back to a natural color. Stupid social norms not letting me look like an 80s synthwave punk rocker. So beg!
Gross. You look like a 16th century ghost from a Jane Austen novel.
Beg is a 2011 horror movie written and directed by Kevin MacDonald. So in order for me to review it, I have to buy it. And I did, for $3. And look at the case it came in. The guy has a YouTube, but it's been stagnant for about 7 years. He's written and directed 2 movies so far, this one and a 2016 movie called The Witching Hour. He has trailers for both of these movies up, but that's about it. There is next to nothing on the internet about Witching Hour. IMDb doesn't even have a plot listed. I'm not even 100% sure the movie was ever released since it has such a generic title, and I mean, it's not like there's anyone famous in the movie. What?! The movie opens up in a gym where 2 gym employees say their goodbyes before the dude leaves.
Need a ride or anything?
No, I'm good. Still gonna shower and gotta close up before I go.
Well, of course you're gonna go take a shower. It wouldn't be a bad horror movie without one. Or 2. Or 10. Just wait. The chick showers and goes to leave when she's attacked and blows out the microphone. Ugh. Sorry, headphone users. You know, it's so funny. This credit score really sounds a lot like Harry Manfred D. What? You know, I didn't realize until kind of recently just how firmly a lot of the people I admire in the horror community are in low-budget flicks. I wonder how much he charged me to do music for my YouTube channel. The scene opens with police working the scene. Hey, question. I'm not in law enforcement. Do they always cover the bodies with sheets? Because I always thought that was only for traffic accidents to keep people from staring. It just seems kind of odd in a murder investigation indoors.
The answer's staring you right in the face. He likes to hear them beg.
I love it when movies like this do a name drop because it's always awkward and shoehorned in. It's just... Here we meet Jack, a detective investigating crimes that are noted to be similar in nature, pointing to a single perp. A perp who likes to prolong his victim's suffering. Insert jokes about the editing in this movie here.
This is bullshit, man. You gonna catch this guy or what?
What, it's this one detective's responsibility to solve this entire case? Pretty sure there's usually a whole team. Lay off, Ray. Later that night, Jack has a recurring dream where his family, I guess, buries him in the pet cemetery. Holy shit, look how tiny that bed is. Dude, I live alone and my bed is twice that size. Oh, and he tells her to go back to sleep and she takes up the whole bed. I guess he's just up for the night now unless he wants to couch it. The next morning we meet a new detective, Steve and his family, a mother, and who I thought was his daughter at first, but turned out to be his sister, who is the same age. The 30-year-old high school student mumbles something about making friends the first day, and we get this exchange.
You made me leave my friends, my school, my boyfriend. And why? Because you got a better job? This is bullshit.
Yeah, asshole, how dare you want to provide better for your family?
And by the way, of all the places we could have lived, Salem? How fucking creepy is that? You might as well have dragged me to Transylvania.
Then move out. You look older than him. He's like, I love it when movies just right out the gate just make me hate the characters. So I don't care if this bitch lives or dies. We end up in someone's old saloon basement where the bitch, Lee, and this chick look like they exchange a look, but it doesn't really make sense based on the scene.
Ah! Oh, Jesus, you scared the shit out of me.
Sorry. I'm running late this morning. I would have called you, but I don't have your number.
In just the previous scene, she made a huge deal about potential friends being scared off on her first day, but she already has a friend. Well, does she not count?
The place gives me the creeps.
I I don't know, maybe it's me, but if I were filming in a neighborhood, I would ask the homeowner whose house I'm filming in front of to maybe put their dog inside while they're filming. That way you don't have incessant barking the whole scene. Let me just put that in the suggestion box. Back to Detective Jack briefing, I'm guessing his team, about where they are in this serial killer case.
No suspects, no motives, no evidence to work with. In fact, the only difference between today and yesterday...
What is this dude's problem? Bitch, you're on the team too. What exactly is the lead detective supposed to do with, according to his own words, no evidence? Oh, I'm glad they mic'd chairs and feet, but not a single person in this movie. Jack finds out he's being replaced by Steve, and Jack's a little irritated by this.
You've had the case 6 months, Jack.
Yeah, I know, but
You've got nothing.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, Luca Magnotta, Paul Bernardo, Carla Homolka, jump off a bridge. Everybody in Canada hates you, by the way. They were all solved in what, like 2 weeks? Seriously, fuck her.
It's not just the case. Look at your psych evaluation.
Psych evaluations.
I'm not gonna open it because if I do, it'll show the camera blank pieces of legal paper because fuck you if you think we're gonna have actual props in this movie. Okay, hold on. This guy is a detective. He failed a psych eval. He pops Xanax and is an alcoholic. And he still has a badge and a gun.
You kidding me?
Oh, I walk right into you, don't say sorry, and then you have the gall to not help me with my blank pieces of paper? What a bitch.
At the end of the month, you're eligible for early retirement. I suggest you take it.
Oh, what a nightmare. Early retirement. Where was this filmed? Then suddenly Tony Todd.
Thought it might be a good time to discuss the origins of Halloween.
He plays a creepy teacher in this movie, and like in Scarecrow Slayer, he does not give a shit, and I am here for it.
They would build huge bonfires.
Oh shit, we're losing him! Quick, put another zero on his paycheck! But that's the entire budget. I know it's the entire budget, we'll just use blank pieces of paper! Tony Todd catches 2 of his students passing a blunt, which is a total rookie mistake. You do that in between classes, guys. I love how he pockets it as if the administration isn't gonna ask where the blunt went. After the kids are sent away, Tony Todd talks about the origins of the jack-o'-lantern.
The story goes that Jack found a hot piece of coal and he placed it inside a hollowed out pumpkin. The light.
It was a turnip and he didn't find the coal. The devil gave him the piece of coal and it didn't become a pumpkin until the Irish brought it to the Americas. Sorry. I love Tony Todd, but I love Halloween more.
Well, I want you to know that I'm not just your teacher, I'm also your guidance counselor.
Pretty sure those are 2 separate careers. After that weirdness, he eats candy corn, so you know he is a monster.
I'll be watching you.
In the parking lot, he's accosted by his mistress, who's one of his previous students.
Or maybe I'll show up to your house and say hi to your pretty little wife.
I think he just realized what movie he's in, and he's taking it out on that poor actress. Okay, see you tomorrow, Teach. Steve meets Ray, the unlikable twat from earlier, which is boring and does nothing to move the plot along, so skip. Oh, that's right. This is a mass killer horror movie, not some stupid bland cop drama. Did I mention Tiffany Shepis is in this movie? Hey, did we have a shower scene already? Oh no, I definitely would have remembered a shower scene. We should put one in. She doesn't even get attacked in this scene. It's just a shower scene for a shower scene's sake. Jesus Christ. Speaking of pointless scenes, $20 says the director's cousin's band was playing at this sports bar and asked to be in his movie.
Hey, another tequila.
What? 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 Man, it must be difficult to be a middle manager at a bank. Women just crawl all over you. The drunk girl is kicked out and kidnapped. This is actually the first time you get to see the mask and looks just like the cover, doesn't it? Wait, what does this bottom text say? The worst serial killer since the Boston Strangler. I know this fucking movie didn't just compare its crappy fictional killer to a real killer who had 13 real victims. The audacity of this bitch. God damn it, this is the longest opening to a porn I've ever seen. I cannot believe I fell for it a fourth time.
We talked about me grabbing your boob.
We agreed to wait until prom, remember?
Prom. Okay. I'm sure pointing out these 25, 30-year-olds playing high school students is getting a little old. I mean, come on, guys. My man over here has a receding hairline.
Look, if you ever want to get laid, you better get me the fuck out of here right now.
Wow, that is the most realistic reaction in this movie. We cut back to Detective Steve, who's reviewing the case file, giving us, the audience, no new information, so there's no point of this scene besides getting a quick tit shot of his wife. Holy shit, he's stress drinking already? He just got the case that day and was shown to be reviewing it that same night. This is like if you gave me a puzzle to put together, and because I didn't immediately find two pieces that fit together, I went on an all-night drinking bender. It's a bit of an overreaction.
I have to go in and brief an entire room of guys who, for whatever reason, already hate my guts.
I'm confused. If there's no new information, what's the point of briefing?
When you go in tomorrow and you do your briefing, don't give them the teamwork speech.
I'm not going to give the teamwork speech. Teamwork.
Okay, that kind of got a chuckle out of me, I'll give it that, but it really isn't a great speech, so I'm just gonna skip it. The two lovebird chimney sweeps, I guess, thought it would be a good idea to report the scream the following day, after whoever was screaming is surely dead. Nice work, dicks.
That's not a bad lead.
Two kids in the woods getting stoned, they hear an owl or scream or something, call that a lead?
Yeah, because owls really sound like women screaming. Wait. Okay, so I just spent an hour researching the native owls that are in Salem, Massachusetts. Native, they have screech, great-horned, and barred owls with long-eared and saw-wait owls popping in every once in a while. And guess what? None of them sound like a woman screaming, so there goes the precious moments of my life. And thus concludes the owl segment of this review. You're welcome.
Jack Fox is a good man. Worked with him 15 years. Ryan kissed my ass.
Yeah, because it's totally up to Steve who stays on the case and who gets booted off. Because, you know, there aren't people actively being murdered every night in this town.
That new girl Kaylee's fucking hot. Well, we have been talking a lot in history class.
I mean, yeah, aren't you the teacher? Alright, I'll stop.
I think she's a virgin, dude. I'm totally gonna bust that shit wide open.
It's just...
Ben is so sweet. I hope he asks me out soon.
It was like a day ago this girl was super bummed out about losing her friends and her boyfriend, but goddamn did she move on quick. Before going to the woods, I guess like the cornfields and Scarecrow, this forest is a hot spot for teenagers.
You know that house you were creeped out by on our way to school?
Yeah, what is the story with that place?
Oh, you mean that normal-looking house with the manicured lawn? Oh, terrifying.
Mary Goodwin was a farmer's wife back in 1692.
No, she wasn't, because she didn't exist.
They burned her house to the ground. Her husband and 2 children were still inside. They dragged her back into the town square, where she was beaten and then skinned alive. Shortly after that, there was an outbreak of cholera.
Oh, so did these morons just go back home all like, well, that didn't work? Or they fucked with someone who actually turned out to be a witch and no one thought maybe leave town?
Legend has it that she is still there.
Yep, she's still there listening to old-time saloon music in her basement that she converted into a bar.
Screech owls? Witches? Fucking haunted summer camps? I feel like I'm in a bad 80s horror movie.
Nope, just a bad 2011 horror movie that Feels more like a 1997 horror movie. Meanwhile, at the Delta house, I wish I were kidding. The dork from the bar, at least I think that's who that is, and a third woman are making out in a hot tub. Hey, question. I was never part of a sorority. It's not really a thing where I am. Do sororities usually have hot tubs?
I have something she doesn't have.
What's that?
Them.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Save some pussy for the rest of us, am I right, guys? A dude wrote this movie, huh?
Hold on.
This movie has come to a halt 3 separate times for 3 separate false starts to a porn.
I have to use the bathroom.
Also, I love how these two girls are just smashing their cheeks together to avoid kissing.
I could die a happy man right now.
Whoa, what a cock block. At least Jason and Freddy usually let them finish before gutting them. And, you idiot, you call and brag after you had the 4-way in the hot tub, not before. I mean, they'll eventually realize you look like a human version of Goofy, so you only have that short window, friendo. One of the girls goes to look for Jim and finds him dead and comes back to the 2 blonde chicks murdered. At least they got penetrated. I don't feel good about that joke. Oh, and one of the corpses is breathing. Okay, Sydney, I need you to be face down and look dead. What did you say, Mr. Director? Move my head so I can breathe and use my hand to prop me up? Got it. Oh, enough of that scene, I guess. Are we ever gonna get a motive for why this killer is doing any of this? And more importantly, can someone take out that trash? Who does that? What a bunch of pigs.
Hold on a minute. Someone's at the door.
Deadbeat number 5 goes out in her underwear to check the noise, then complains about being cold and goes back in. Ooh, I wonder where the killer is.
Susan said they shoved some creepy letter under the door earlier. I don't know what it said. Who cares?
She has a biology test to study for, but can't remember that. Oh my god. While Deadmeat number 5 talks to her boyfriend, the killer sneaks upstairs to... You have got to be fucking kidding me. We are 42 minutes into this movie, including the credits. That's basically a shower scene every 14 minutes. Oh, yeah, by the way. Oh, and she showers with the shower door open so all the water could get all over the floor. These women are supposed to be in college, huh? Hey, you better not use all the hot water. Did she not see him? I swear I did not edit it. What? Wait, no. Am I supposed to believe that this anarchist goth chick is supposed to be part of this sorority? She just doesn't seem like the type of person who'd want to be part of it, is what I'm saying. Oh good, it's been 2 minutes since I've seen somebody's ass, thank God. Okay, I realize this is supposed to be a, ooh, check out how hot this goth chick is, but I can't help but notice how bare this room is. She's super dark and gothic, but those are some white, bright walls. Oh, thank you, movie. I was wondering who sang this song. Yes, it's actually Anders Manga who sings this, and I know this because I had to run through almost his entire discography before finding the title because Shazam didn't recognize it. The song's called Night of the Long Knives if anybody's interested. The killer enters the goth girl's room, which pisses her off, and her 1.5-minute scene is over. I hope you enjoyed it. The killer stalks Shower Girl to, oh, wow. They are not even trying to hide they shot this movie in the director's parents' house, are they? The killer murders the last girl and nobody cares because they had no character development besides ass, 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 ass. Detective Steve, oh hey, remember him? Gets a call to go in and one of the investigators reveals the blood to write that super elaborate letter was Allison's blood. You know, Allison, the chick you kidnapped like 6 hours ago and you completely forgot about? 'Cause I sure did.
Doesn't make any sense.
Excuse me, that is my line. You do not take my line.
Serial killers almost never change their MO.
Sure they do. Ted Bundy generally preyed on young women who were alone, except for one hot night in Florida where he walks into a sorority house and he butchers 5 women.
Can we please stop referencing real-life tragedies in this shitty movie? And it was 4 girls, 2 survived. Google was a thing back then, you know. Unless the movie is combining the attack of Cheryl Thomas that happened the same night, but in a completely different location. She also survived. And yes, there has been instances of serial killers straying from their MO, that's absolutely true, but it's largely based on opportunity. The whole reason Bundy targeted the Chi Omega house was because the door he used to enter had a faulty you know what, movie? Just stop and go back to creepy Tony Todd. Where is Tony Todd?
I guess you're looking for somebody exceptional.
No, we're not. Not even remotely. You're gonna hate the twist. I hated the twist. It's stupid and nonsensical. Can you guess who it is yet?
Blue, white, let's fight! Blue, white, let's fight! Alright, that is it for today.
Woo, tough practice. I don't know how those girls made it through that.
Hey, did you hear what happened at the Delta House?
Porn is free on the internet. If you wanted to make a porn, just make a porn. There was nothing stopping you. Stop hiding behind horror. These girls did know they were being filmed, right?
It wasn't a chainsaw, it was a machete, and he only killed 7 girls. Well, how did you know? Her brother's a cop.
Oh, what, now she doesn't care that people know her brother's a cop? She made a real big deal about it earlier. Oh, and I guess the guy who was killed earlier didn't count. Is there anybody likable in this entire movie?
So what about Last Camp Out? Let's do it. I'm not gonna let some psycho spoil my fun.
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen in a town that has an active serial killer who just butchered an entire sorority? Then what was the point? Why did he kidnap her? What was the point of that scene? Steve makes the connection that the same guy who was talking to that sorority girl on the phone was the last person to see another victim alive before she vanished.
I want to go in it done.
Whoa, calm down there, Calamity Jane. I mean, I realize that he could be dangerous, but knowing 2 different people in a college town, it's not really that suspicious.
You know how to work one of these, right?
You mean a freight elevator? The exact same as a regular elevator, dude. Why would they put that line there? Wow, this dude lives in a rusted, seedy basement that has a furnished, clean bedroom in it. And he managed to get a girl to go down there without the fear of being murdered? They bring the guy in for questioning and they are shocked. Shocked, I tell you, that he is not cooperating.
It's not him. You know what I think, Jack? Just fucking pissed off. Steve caught this guy and you couldn't. Yeah.
So let's go through all the evidence they have on this guy. That's it.
So you ready for the big party tonight?
Oh yeah, just wait till Benny sees me in my Little Red Riding Hood costume.
Yeah, more like Little Red Riding Ho. You slut.
She doesn't even know what the costume looks like and she's calling her friends a slut. And out of curiosity, I looked up sexy Little Red Riding costumes. None of these really scream slutty to me. I don't know. I mean, is she just gonna show up in a hood, pasties, and a thong? Oh, it's just a regular outfit. That's what I thought. Wow, look at how inconspicuous the killer is. It's no wonder he hasn't been caught or left any evidence at the scenes. He's like a ghost. We get to this really lame party where the Shape and Potato Sack Head Jason decided to show up. The Shape spikes the punch, which is stupid considering there's a liquor bottle right there, suggesting the party already has a good supply of booze. And they're playing beer pong, but you know...
No?
Oh, don't drink that, that's not beer.
Seen Benny anywhere? No, maybe he went to go pick up Becky.
You know, I was wondering when we were gonna get to a really bad sex scene and we had to wait 58 minutes and 7 seconds.
Can I interest you ladies in a Freddy sandwich? So that's a no on the sandwich?
Fucking kill me! Puking at a party that has copious amount of alcohol? Pfft, that never happens. This movie is so unrealistic. So the friend goes to pick up Little Red Riding Hood, and instead of, oh, I don't know, staying on the main road that's lit, she wanders into the dark woods and is attacked. Shocking, I know. This chase scene lasts way too long, by the way. It's actually kind of impressive that they managed to botch a chase scene. And then he kills her, and Red Riding Hood shows up for her turn to be murdered, and we don't care because they weren't developed, and I'm pretty sure only one of them had a name. Later that night, we have a scene between Jack and his wife where she sweetly talks about how she'd wait up every night while he was at work because she was worried about him. I don't have too much to say about this scene other than the fact that the actress who's playing Jack's wife does a pretty damn good job acting here, and she is definitely putting more effort into this movie than she should have. The next morning, Steve finds Jack going through the case files because he's decided to help him. And then he says this.
My wife. I've decided it's probably time for me to pack it in. Time to quit. I fucking hate people telling me what to do.
You know, up until this very moment, I was kind of on Jack's side. Like a little bit. He was put in kind of an impossible situation. He was expected to solve a case that the movie even stated had no evidence, and Ray was kind of an asshole to him for no reason given. But you know, saying that line kind of kills any sympathy anyone would have with this character. You know that scene earlier with Jack's wife? The scene is literally about his wife telling him how she would stay up at night when he was working nights because she was terrified he wouldn't come home because she thought he would get murdered on the job. An hour and 7 minutes later, we come back to Nathan. A character we have not seen since... yeah, by the way, I had to go back a third time to watch this movie because I didn't realize his side chick was killed because all the brunettes look so similar in this movie. I'm pretty sure I would get lost in the movie.
Here you
go. Should we follow him?
What do you think? I think I need a drink.
Are there even strip clubs in Salem? Okay, so there are a few in Massachusetts. What? Oh, Hunkamania. Okay, Golden Vanilla.
Nice, Jack. Real nice.
Yeah. I'm retiring. And I've always wanted to check this place out.
Oh really? The human sweat gland has never been in a strip club? That is the most unbelievable thing I've seen in this movie.
Hey Jack, the usual?
Oops.
Get it? Because he's a piece of shit. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of bored with this movie. How about we just start watching The Hills Have Eyes? I'm just kidding. Jack is just reminiscing over a case that made him famous. It's not something anyone really needs to know. I just wanted to show you guys how they tried to disguise this really clean house as abandoned, and the giant from Twin Peaks decided to pop in.
Okay, let's do this thing.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, put your penis away, man. This is a park.
I don't know how you do it.
Please help.
I'm going to assume those are antidepressants, and if so, taking those with alcohol really are not going to get you through your day. Well, I mean, I guess they're going to get you through your day. You're just not going to be conscious for it. Ooh, and now it's time for the camping party with all these morons.
So what's the deal? Are we like dating now or what?
Wait, is this the same guy as before? This whole movie is making me think I developed prosopagnosia.
I think I'm gonna go swimming.
Are you crazy?
She's gonna go swimming in stagnant water in her bra, undershirt, and panties, just so she gets the added bonus of smelling on top of being in cold, wet clothing at night and close to freezing weather, that is, if she isn't immediately going into cold shock. Oh, and this guy dies, don't ask me which one, because I sure as hell don't know, and so does her friend, while I'm pretty positive another track from the Friday 13th soundtrack plays. Kaylee's boyfriend is killed and she's kidnapped. I'm sorry, I don't care about this character. Ray and Steve follow a lead that the older cop just was sitting on for some reason, because of course, and we see Kaylee's being held captive by our killer.
Somewhere out there, there's a cabin with tunnels running underneath it.
You remember where that is?
Nah, it's somewhere out here, though.
Hey, boss, remember that abandoned cabin in the woods with all the tunnels running around underneath? Do you think we should probably check that out for a serial killer hideout? Nah. They hear a scream and investigate as loudly as possible and immediately, and I do mean immediately, find Kaylee. Remember, this is the next day because if the movie didn't just give it to him, we'd be here forever, and Ray gives chase to the killer. Have you figured out who the killer is yet? Ray is killed and the cameraman is drunk, and Steve decides to pack it in since it's been like 2 whole weeks and he couldn't possibly solve this case, so might as well quit. Oh, and having his sister kidnapped probably helped with that decision. Ugh, this is weird. This actor sometimes looks like James Franco in certain angles. Like if you squint after going swimming all day, he kind of looks like him. So, we have 12 minutes left in the movie. How's it gonna resolve? By the killer going after Sarah Goodwin. Who was that? You know, the witch lady from like an hour ago with the saloon in her basement? The killer murders her, and it turns out the killer is Jack. Yeah, sure, movie. Why not? That makes all the sense in the world. Why was Tony Todd even in this movie? I wonder why the director only made 2 movies. Oh, but plot twist, turns out the witch is a witch! So he's the one you least suspect.
Oh, please don't kill me!
Our killer, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck you!
And that's Beg, and I got nothing. You know, for a movie that referenced famous serial killers, the writer sure as hell did no research into them. For one thing, Jack is never given a motive and strays from his possible MO. His victims don't follow any pattern, really, and most scenes just exist to show boobs. I mean, I'm not complaining, but, you know, I'm gonna be real honest, it doesn't seem like anybody had any fun filming this movie. Everybody looks miserable, and it can be felt on the screen. If I ever come across the director's second movie, I'll definitely watch it, possibly talk about it, but I'm not entirely convinced it ever saw the light of day. That being said, at the time of this recording, I'm only 18 subscribers away from 1,000, which is amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing, commenting. I love engaging with you guys, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.